Well, I think I broke something. So I was out tuning this car, trying to get my math scaling all dialed in, doing my Versatuner science, and I really thought I was getting throttle closures. So like what can happen, or at least I was reading on some, A90 Supra stuff a couple years ago, and they're trying to like go big turbo B58, whole different thing. Electronic drive-by-wire, the throttle was closing automatically, like the ECU was telling it to close. I was driving it around and it would turn the boost off and then turn it back on, and it would fall on its face and then go, and it was being real weird. Guess I should have taken that as, hey, your turbo is locking up, not the throttle closure issue. So I guess now it's broke and we got to get another turbo, even though I haven't taken it apart yet. I'm just assuming that the engine's okay because it idles perfectly smooth. It could also be oil control rings because it is sucking oil on decel, but I guess it's time to investigate why the brand new Gear turbo decided to, exit the chat, stage left. So welcome to the Rad Potential YouTube channel, and don't say in the comments I told you so, because it didn't blow up. I'm determined that it's not blown up. It's broken, but not blown up. I'm Mr. Rad. Let's take apart my budget, cheap, super crappy turbo, as we found out, RX8. Alright, so it's time to dig into this deal. I got this hose clamp off. I'm ready to take this intake off, and hopefully there isn't 4,000 feet of shaft play in this $142 turbo, because that would just be terrible. The China twirly-do has died, so this is the moment of truth. Yeah, we'll find out. Alright, well, the impeller's still in there, but it's missing the bolt. Alright, we got some shaft play though. I don't know if y'all be able to see this. Check that out. There's no bolt. So the exhaust shaft is just spinning inside the compressor wheel. That sounds like fun. It doesn't look like the bolt went through the turbo per se. So hopefully, maybe the bolt's just, it has to be in here, right? Oh, hey, look. Because I have the MAF screen, I found the nut. So in theory, right, guys, if I just put this on here and we tighten the crap out of it, that should take the little bit of shaft play we've got in here out, right? And then there's no washer in here. No, there's no lock washer or anything to like hold it. But hopefully we just put this back on and crank the beans out of it. Guess I need to take the exhaust housing off so I can actually tighten this. Man, I really hope that this turbo, even though it's got some shaft play, I guess it's smoking like a choo-choo train. That means it's pretty much trash, doesn't it? Regardless of if I can make it make boost or not. Unless the exhaust side seal just came out. So, guess we got to investigate further. I'll pull the turbo off, get this thing inside. I got other projects to move out of the way though first. Why put it off until tomorrow, which you can get done today? We're taking it off right now. This is immediately after the last clip. I want to know if I'm ordering a new $142 turbo, or if I can fix this and it won't smoke whenever I fire it up the next time, which is going to be an approximately however long it takes me to get this off here. If you want your RX8 to drive like a Bridgeport 1979 RX7, then having crappy mass airflow sensor placement is just fine. It idles, partial throttle sucks, but when you go wide open, she runs good. Okay. Exhaust removed. Oh. It's so trashed. I don't think, oh wait, no. Did it break? I think the shaft broke. Oh, it's gotta be broke. Yeah, because I can spin the shaft on the one side, it doesn't spin the other. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh man. Hey, I guess, you know, you get what you pay for. Sir, your turbo is broke. Your turbo is broke. Okay. Put exhaust on loose, hook this up. The car still runs. I can drive it in the garage so I can work on it. Alright guys, so this video is going to be a little bit random towards the end because, well, the yellow car's broken. I feel like I needed to share that with you guys here at the end of this week, like right whenever it broke. Me telling you that at the later date, I just want to share it. We're sharing everything. So, here's the deal. I just say I'm sharing everything, but I'm not quite sharing everything that we're doing currently. But what I want you guys to do is take one more good look, take a good look at the green RX8. Because I have to undo a lot of what it looks like right now, because we're doing something that's going to require us to have a low profile, and giant logos, numbers, and orange stripes are not the way to do that. So the stripes got to come off, my fake TE's got to come off. I know the green car hasn't been on the channel as far as a video for itself in a long time, and everyone's going to argue, is it green or is it black or whatever. This is Nordic green, says so on the title. So I've been working on this thing today, got some big stuff done to it, but I've got to undo the livery, which you'll see the livery come off in the next video. But there is now the capability to haul a substantial amount of extra fuel in this car right here. So giant tank goes pretty much all the way to the trunk. I've ruined basically all of the cool storage space of my extended cab RX8, but that's okay. Still have my flickery door light and my sketchy wiring for my gauges, but the green machine is transitioning from, or at least for this short duration, because I'm not driving a single turbo hood exit yellow RX8 as far as we're about to drive, which means in order to do what we want to do, we need this one, because the main thing we just need is a rotary engine inside of the vehicle. So it is entering a new phase of life for about a week. So the yellow headlight's going away, the stripes going away, the wheels are coming off, it's getting stalkers put back on, fresh set of coils, few other things going on this deal. This has been my track missile. If you haven't seen it, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But this is the track missile RX8. So every single thing that's cool is done to it aside from horsepower mods. It's literally a bone stock Renesis in here. Battery to the back, cold air intake, smaller water pump pulley. I've got, yes, a new AC condenser for this since I put a hole in the last one, so we'll have AC back in this deal. It's gonna be sick. But let's pull the turbo off the yellow car to close out this video. All right, so first thing I want to check on this deal, obviously it's smoking, so we know it's getting some sort of oil. It wouldn't just smoke if it had only eaten a bearing or eaten a seal, because that would just mean metal issues and not an oil issue. So let's pull the feed line off and make sure we're getting oil to this thing. Now, I didn't run coolant lines to the turbo. I didn't think I would need them. I wasn't looking for this turbo to last 100 years. We were probably going to change it in the not so, distant future. Okay, there's oil in here. Coming to this. I do want to at least, let's start it and just see how much comes out of here, but it should be plenty. I may drill this restrictor, and this is where I want your guys' opinions. Do you think, this has a, I don't know, 1 millimeter restrictor on it probably? Should I make this like a 2 millimeter restrictor? This is just literally the cheapest turbo you can possibly buy. So I don't know. Does the restrictor need to be bigger? Drop in the comments below. Let's start this with this oil line in something that doesn't make a mess, like a big mess. Okay, it's in there. This is super rad. This line has to come off anyways because we're removing the turbo. There's no way that oil starvation killed it. It literally filled a third of this can up in that 3 seconds that the engine was running. So we know we're getting oil at least to the turbo, but is the restrictor too small? I don't know. I really think, guys, a giant backfire killed this turbo and it broke it, or a combination of, yeah, I just think a giant backfire. Because, like, what if the nut fell off, right? It wouldn't have broken the shaft. It would have just not been making boost, and potentially the compressor wheel could have went through and messed a whole bunch of things up, or the nut. We were very lucky that the nut fell off into the intake, you know? So we're just trying to figure out why we got a bunch of shaft play. Why did this get... How does that even happen? It was barely hand tight. We broke a bolt. Oh, junk turbo goodness. Just, look at all the oil. That's good on it. Look at this. I think it's supremely chooched now. The best part of the whole day right here, the whole video, comes down to this. Oh, yeah. This is the nicest turbo known to man right here. Let's find us a nice clean spot. Alright, the moment of truth. We're taking the Gear It with 2 T's turbo apart. I think there's supposed to be like another wheel attached to that, right? That spins right here. Gotta love it. Okay, we'll just set the cool part down. But this is what we're all waiting for. Ayo! Broken turbo. I'm super not pumped, but whatever. These fins are pretty bent. Maybe that's more aerodynamics now, after they've ridden on this and gotten destroyed. Okay. Sucks to suck, I guess, for the old Garrett. I was really hoping I could reuse this .82 AR back housing, you know, because it would save me about $30. But I think we're just going to order another one of these turbos and get it right back on the car, you know? Might as well replace the broken part, since I think I know what broke it, and that's the backfire. The other thing, and this definitely wasn't helping, but this turbo is advertised as an anti-surge compressor housing, which means that you don't need to necessarily run a blow-off valve. Oil is running down my hands. So, I didn't have a blow-off valve on this. Now, the combination of backfires and no blow-off valve definitely going to tear up a turbo. So, and, you know, this is literally, it's the Gear It, guys. This is the best turbo you can buy. So, we're buying another one. I'm stoked. So with that, guys, it's going to be the end of today's video. This sucks real bad. I was really hoping to just like baby my nice turbo RX8 around with a hood exit exhaust and blow flames for at least longer than 2 days, or I guess really 1 day of driving. It was literally 3 pounds of boost. Like a leaf blower could make that much boost, or a good headwind might force that much air into this, you know, with the VFAD fancy RX8 intake. Anyways, is an eBay turbo stronger than an RX8? The answer is no. Is the RX8 stronger than an eBay turbo? So far, we have yet to find that out. The melting update, the battery doesn't even really get that hot, albeit I will build a shield for it. This is melting. Looks sick, right? Can't buy that in a store now. So we need to figure out some sort of a heat shield for that, but no big deal. Everything else seems okay. And we're going to shoot more flames. We're going to put lots of smiles on people's faces, and I think that's the underlying point of the car. Smiles per mile. Let's have the most fun with literally sub 4 pairs of seats. Now that I have a whole pair of seats invested into turbos because I had to buy 2 of them. Just imagine if we'd have twin turboed the RX8. We'd have completely broke the internet. So with that, thank you guys again so much for watching. Keep it rad. Live a life you don't need a vacation from. and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Alright, so y'all want to see up the skirt of my red RX-7? Here you go. This is up the skirt of the RX-7. RX8 6-speed transmission in this car. Best transmission for rotary engines. That's not 20 grand. Series 513B. I'm still fighting like a gnarly... My catch can fills up so fast. And it's not even it's not even turning. I don't think it's oil slosh. It's literally just like, if I do a first to fifth pull on the chip, like 10, 12 pounds of boost on the ripper, by the end of that pull, I have half a quart of oil in my catch can. It's not ideal. So I don't really want to compression test this engine because compression is depression and I just would rather not know. It starts every time, so I keep running it. But this whole filling up like a liter catch can, which is like Radium's biggest one, it's their fanciest like ventilation system one, it's just not ideal. So drop your comments below if you're a catch can expert, because we're going to need a ginormous catch can on the yellow RX-8 as well. Right now, we haven't been making enough boost to really make it mad, so we're just rolling with it, but it is what it is. Peace, guys.